Hey everyone, Steve Clark here with thepropsnetwork.com, and today we're going to be talking about point spreads. Sports betting isn't always just about picking which team is going to win or lose. Point spreads make it so that the score of a game is just as important as who wins or loses. It's a way for sportsbooks to try to balance the odds of a game, and it's the most popular way to bet on sports in the United States. Let's say that the Chargers are playing the Chiefs, and the Chiefs spread is -7. There's a couple things to look at here. First, the minus in front of the Chiefs number means that they're the favorite to win this game. They're the team the sportsbook is projecting to win. Not only are they just projected to win the game, they're also 7-point favorites. This means if you bet on the Chiefs at -7, they need to win the game by more than 7 points to cover their spread. If the Chiefs win the game but they only win 20-17 by 3 points, then you don't win your bet because the Chiefs didn't cover their spread. The Chargers, on the other hand, would be +7. The plus means that the Chargers are underdogs, or the team that's less likely to win the game. The favorite and the underdog will always share the same number in their spread, with the favorite having a minus before it and the underdog having a plus before it. In this case, the Chargers are 7-point underdogs. This means if you bet on them, the Chargers need to win by any amount or lose by less than 7 points. So even if you take the Chargers here at +7 and they lose the game, you could still win their bet as long as they keep the deficit underneath 7 points. So we've covered almost every scenario that can happen. The Chiefs have to win by more than 7 to cover their spread. The Chargers have to lose by less than 7 or win by any amount to cover their spread. So what happens if the Chiefs win by exactly 7? Who wins in that scenario? Do the people that bet on the Chiefs win, or do the people that bet on the Chargers win? The answer is nobody wins. That's called a push. If the outcome of a game lands exactly on the spread, that bet is essentially a wash. You get the money back that you bet on the game, and you live to bet another day. In order to prevent these pushes from happening, sportsbooks will often add a half point to a spread. This is called a hook. So if the sportsbook made the Chiefs -7.5, then the Chiefs would have to win by 8 or more points, and the Chargers would have to lose by 7 or fewer, or win the game outright. There can't be a push. So I've given you an example of a 7-point spread, which is a pretty typical number you'll see in an NFL football game. But you may be wondering if there's a maximum or a minimum that a spread can be. No, there's definitely not. Spreads can be enormous. In college football, it's not unheard of for a big school to be a 40 or a 50-point favorite over a really small school. In 2012, Florida State's football team was -70.5 against Savannah State. They only ended up winning by 55 points, but you can see now that spreads can get really big. On the other hand, when two teams are very evenly matched, the spread can be down at -1 or -1.5. Or if they're so close that it's pretty much a toss-up, it might be a pick'em. A pick'em just means that there's no real underdog or favorite, and you're just picking who you think will win the game straight up. Throughout the days leading up to a game, the spread might move depending on how much money is being bet on one side or the other. Sportsbooks want to get as close as possible to having half the bettors bet one side and half the bettors bet another side. So if we go back to our Chiefs-Chargers example, if a ton of people are taking the Chiefs at -7, the sportsbook might move their spread from -7 to -8, hoping that some Chiefs bettors might change their mind and go instead with the Chargers at +8. So it's always important to pay attention to the spreads throughout the week. You might get the best value on a Monday, or it might change during the week and you might get better value on a Friday. That's all I have for you this time. If you're new to sports betting, stay tuned here at the Props Network for more videos, or check out our website, thepropsnetwork.com, for all the latest betting news and bonuses from the top legal betting sites.